That's inflation, baby. Look, we got to get the energy up. I know that this was a wrench in the works this morning for you. So we gotta get into podcast energy mode though. You gotta switch it.
Are you recording?
I can't just have you. Yeah, I'm recording.
You recording?
I can't. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah, I got something for you. I've been recording this entire time.
You've got something for me?
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for the right moment.
You've got
like
something
a shark in the
me.
water. I'm just ready.
You've got something for me. All right. Take it away, sir. Oh, God fucking damn it. What? Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole thing?
I just wanted to open my Celsius.
Was you opening a Celsius?
Yeah, I had one extra one in my fridge, so.
You know what? I got a little something for you because I got a 12-pack of Celsius sitting right here ready to fucking go, baby. This is just...
I don't know why this is funnier to me than it really is.
I don't even know what... Astro vibes. What do you got?
Tropical
What do you got? What are you drinking? What? Tropical
I've got the
vibe.
vibes going.
We're both vibing out with the Celsius. Celsius, sponsor us right now.
Please.
We're vibing out with you so hard. They don't need to sponsor anybody
No,
anymore.
they do not.
Like half of white collar America is just running on Celsius and mushroom coffee at this point.
I say,
just fucking
everybody that works out is drinking Celsius.
Dude, you know, and I hate. Here's what I'll throw down.
Go it.
I hated on it when it first came out.
Me too.
I did
too.
Right? I hated on it hard. I was like, oh, another energy drink.
One.
Here we go. Yeah. Get out of here, DJ Khaled. What are you doing next to me in the grocery store? Just But like I was hating on it and drinking Bang. You know, like
brother,
I feel like I feel like the natural progression is to get like you go like you're drinking whatever energy drink you choose, you know.
It's Red Bull or Monster to start.
Whatever it is.
Always.
Yeah,
Always.
I said Red Bull. Okay, yeah, thank you. We're on the same page. So natural progression of an energy drinker, right? We got Red Bull, Monster. Maybe you move over to the rehabs because you like those, and then you're getting into the mocha flavored ones.
Bang and C4
then, of course,
are kind of like
Bang.
They're together.
I don't like C4. C4 fucks with my face. It makes it all tingly.
It makes my
like
arms
it. It makes
tingly.
me like, I'm like, what is going on here?
Too much.
Yeah, something in C4 is fucking us up. And then you got Ghost, but same thing as C4.
Oh, Ghost is terrible.
And it tastes the same too.
I don't like Ghost.
It's like the same thing. Yeah. So maybe you have like one or two of those, or those are like your emergency ones, but you're probably drinking Bang.
Mm.
Let's be real.
Everybody
right?
drinks
a lot
Bang
of people
at some
drinking
point.
Bang, right? And then you hate on Celsius for like a good couple months. You're like, oh, fucking Celsius. What am I, on vacation? Am I a stockbroker? What's going on here? And then you drink one, and you're like, oh, yeah, this isn't so bad.
I get it
and now, and Celsius actually beat some of the other drinks to the punch. It already manufactured a no-fizz version of itself.
I tried those, didn't like it.
You know what? The fizz is part of the flavor.
You know what my favorite drink is?
Part of the
favorite
flavor.
energy
What's up?
drink. I think that once you're done with your tween-age Monster Red Bull phase, and then you realize that Bang and C4 are bad, and this is all obviously subjective. If you like those drinks, good on you. My marketing assistant drinks a Monster every day, and then she went to the hospital for kidney problems, probably unrelated. Anyways, but after you're done graduating from Bang and C4 and Celsius, I personally will stand by and die on the hill that G Fuel is hands down the best energy drink in a can. I love it.
I've had G Fuel. I don't care for it. I'm a Celsius guy.
That's fair. Celsius is
stay over on the Celsius side of this.
So the thing with G Fuel is, it's not easy to find. You have to really order it online. So Celsius is my go-to. But every once in a while, I'll stumble into a gas
G-Fuel's
station.
for otakus. That's why. Like, G Fuel is for the people who are like, I don't feel like going outside today. My agoraphobia is really acting up. I better order my G Fuel. Hold on, let me get my Freddy Krueger and Sonic the Hedgehog themed G Fuels ordered to my house.
Those are good flavors. The Sonic the Hedgehog one is
I didn't
peach
even
rings.
know Freddy Krueger was a flavor.
They did
of
Jason,
G-Fuel.
Chucky, and Freddy, and they were all like fruit punch variations.
I just guessed.
And Sonic is peach rings.
What I love about G Fuel is I don't even have to know it's a flavor. I can just throw out a pop culture. Let me get my Assassin's Creed G Fuel ordered to my house.
They did do one in the tub for that.
Thank you.
Back
Okay,
when,
not
Yeah, a
wrong.
couple years ago.
Hold on, let's keep going with it.
No.
Let me get my Mario Kart themed G Fuel.
They did a Mario one for the Mario movie.
They fucking, of course they did.
Uh-huh.
Wait, did they do Mario Kart?
No, it was just like regular. It was like Mario.
Missed opportunity. G Fuel, get on it. Celsius, you're cool. I don't know why I opened the Celsius. I've got a $70 coffee.
I was
in
like,
a mug
I saw
sitting
your
here.
coffee cup. I saw you mash my Celsius.
I don't know, man. We're wilding out. You know what? You know why I did it? It's because this is America.
This is America.
And in America.
Are we
This is
Donald
America,
Glover.
baby. Happy 4th of July week to everybody. Let's just start the podcast.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's
Theme
go.
music.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm dancing.
I'm dancing.
All right, me too. All right. You ready to clap?
I'm ready to clap.
3, 2, 1. Hell yeah. We got the clap. On time, every time. Welcome back
to another episode of the UnPop Pop. Pop.
Welcome back to another episode of the episode. Are you going or am I going?
No, it's all you. Sorry.
All right.
Welcome back
to another
Sorry,
Welcome back to another episode of the UnPop Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Miner, the Capitan Total El Siempre. He, him, with me as always is.
Odie Matthews, the chef cooking up content, they, them.
Yeah, baby. And
We're
this
here.
week, we finally got through it. I thought we were going to be going at that for a minute. All right. I'm glad that we got it done. All right.
Know your limit on
this
bits.
week, we are covering the most American films of all time. But first.
Caveat. I gotta bring up my list.
Odie, I believe you messaged me and you said you had, okay, so here's how we're doing this, right? We got to break it down for the people listening. These are the most American films of all time. That doesn't mean they were made in America, okay? Because not everything that's super American is made in America. Check the backside of your American shorts, the American board shorts that you bought at
everything
Walmart.
is made in America because this is the best country with the land of the free and the home of the brave. And if it's not made in America, then it's not worth a darn thing.
Checks tag on his Donald Trump suit and it's made in China. Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, like that's why I said check your American flag board shorts that you just bought at Walmart this week. Probably in Taiwan. Probably made in Taiwan. That's what being American is about.
China.
It's about touting the nationalism for the country that you love while wearing something that was ironically, but in your case, if you're in denial about it enough, unironically made in another country. Like, yeah, that's just where
China,
we're
mainly.
at.
China and Vietnam.
Sociopolitically. Yeah. Mainly until, anyway.
Yeah,
all right, so
okay.
We're going over the most American films. They don't have to be made in America, but you and I, Odie, we have to justify them to each other as being the most American films of all time. Are they the most American film of all time? Maybe we'll vote at the end and like we'll each throw up. But yeah, all right. But regardless, they are quote unquote in the category for most American films of all time. And then the other person's rating them. So if I'm putting up the film, you're rating it. You're going to rate it on a scale of I salute your choice, sir,
Salute.
to get out of my country. There's no in between. It's just I salute your choice or get out of my country. And it's all based on our ability to justify these films as being the most American films of all time.
Now, to salute. Now, to set the stage of what normal people would consider the most American movies ever made, I'm just going to rattle off. I said 10. I think there's like 7. I'm just going to rattle off what...
Die Hard. Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 4.
Right,
Terminator 1.
A Good Day to Die Hard.
What a naming convention on those.
Yeah.
These are what I think people would consider to be the most American movies ever made, and I'm just going to speed run them. I'm not going to justify any of these. We don't have to talk about any of these. This is just to set the stage of what normal people would do. I doubt either of us are going to follow in this
I swear
suit.
to God, if this is just a list of Tom Hanks films, I'm going to be so mad.
All right, never mind.
All right,
Forrest Gump.
I knew it.
No. I don't have Forrest Gump on here. I hate I hate that movie.
But it's the story of America, Odie, told
it?
through the eyes of a special man.
It's the story of a special man who is taken advantage of by everybody in his life until his love interest drops a kid on his lap and goes, "I'm dying. See you later."
Including America.
Including America.
All right, keep going.
Okay, here we go. Speed run. We've got Apollo 13, The Patriot with Mel Gibson, Saving Private Matt Damon, Independence Day, the first one, not the sequel. I will not justify why. Top Gun, the first one, not the sequel. I will not justify why. Rocky 4, only Rocky 4. I will not justify why, but look at the cover. That'll tell you why.
Yeah, we know.
The movie Miracle, I will not justify why.
You don't have to justify that one.
And then what might be the most American one on this list, the movie American Made with Tom Cruise, where he is a smuggler and helps steal drugs for the American government.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Actually, that's a surprisingly good one with Mr. Cruz.
I like that one.
Yeah, every once in a while, in between being a completely delusional religious fanatic, he puts out a good film.
Yeah, he does.
And that's pretty American.
He does.
All right, hit me with your first. Well, okay, hold on. Let's first off, let's say there's a couple honorary mentions here, and these are franchises that I would denote.
Bad Boys.
Not denote. I would note as Bad Boys as a franchise.
I would say that.
Medea.
Oh,
very American as a
God,
franchise.
yes.
Yep, the Friday franchise, I would say, is very American, right? That's a story of America, right? Yeah. Feifel and his family, right? An American Tale. It's literally called An American Tale. And then what do they do as soon as they settle in America? They find out that the city's not everything they thought it was, and they go fucking west.
Coming to America?
That's actually... I don't know why I didn't pick those. Those are fucking American. Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. Very American.
Very American.
Yep, and then of course we gotta say special salute to the Fast and Furious franchise. You're very American. Very
the best
American.
franchise ever
Special
made that
salute
we all
to them.
love.
Yep. To the Die Hard franchise, special salute.
Special salute.
Special salute.
Oh, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Special salute. All right, that's enough of that. Hit me with your first choice. We each picked 5, and then we're gonna justify how American they are.
Okay, my first one.
Let's go back and forth, by the way. I want you to go one, and then I'll go.
Totally.
Okay.
My first one is going to be a little on the nose, but I have reasons why I'm sure you're going to agree.
Boop. On the nose.
The movie Armageddon. And
okay.
And
okay. Yeah. Hold on. You got to justify it, though.
Yes. Here's why. Actually, real quick,
Hit me.
I'm going to bring up the cast list because I haven't seen this movie in a very long time.
Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Steven Tyler's daughter, Liv Tyler,
Billy
right?
Bob
She's in
Thornton, Steve Buscemi, William
Billy Bob
Fichtner,
Thornton.
Owen Wilson, Michael Clark Duncan, Peter
Owen
Stormare.
Wilson.
You've got Keith David making an appearance. Even Jason Isaacs makes an appearance in this movie. It's crazy. Michael Bay, the wonderful, fantastic Michael Bay. Armageddon, yes. I'm sure everybody knows the plot, but basically, asteroid coming to Earth, and NASA decides it would be easier to teach blue-collar, hard-working American oil rig drillers to be astronauts so they can go to the meteor and plant a bomb in it rather than teach or create something that NASA could use to just do it for them. And what I love about this movie,
love it,
and why I picked it. I don't like this movie. I think it's really stupid. It's actually not a movie I enjoy. But what I think makes it the most American movie is the fact that the whole world is in danger and the whole world decides to leave it up to Bruce Willis's oil rig team to be trained by the American NASA agency to stop the world from blowing up. Because of course, in a disaster movie, America has to be the fucking white savior, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
of course, in a Michael Bay universe, that's the logic.
Since you mentioned it's a Michael Bay movie, I want to kind of these just fuel the Michael Bay flames of America. Michael Bay is really good at a couple things with his movies. One of which being he loves to put American flags every fucking where. And there's a scene in this movie where like the little asteroids are hitting New York City and stuff's exploding and they're hitting buildings and stuff. And every single shot, there is an American flag somewhere in there.
So you know it's in America.
So you know it's America.
He wants you to remember. But he doesn't want you to lose interest if you think that meteors are falling on Pyongyang.
You see like an Italian flag and you're like, ugh, get that out of here.
I don't care about as much about that.
No, I don't. And that even fuels it even more for me where it's like, not only is this an American team saving the world by an American agency, but all the destruction you see is only in America. Because, of course, only America is going to be the one that, has the issue.
Yeah.
So
an asteroid the size of they even compare the asteroid to Texas.
It's the size of Texas.
It's the size of Texas. All right. I'm not gonna lie. I showed up fully prepared to, regardless of what movies you brought or how you justified them, to just say "get out of my country" 5 times in a row.
You're not gonna be able to.
I thought that would be funny.
You're not gonna be able to.
But
these are good.
But you know what? Simply because this movie not only was entertaining at the time and is as ridiculous as we now know it to be, but Steven Tyler and Aerosmith wrote the song "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" and gifted us with that because of this film.
Yeah.
I think Michael Bay went to them and said, I think Michael Bay went to them and hummed the melody to that chorus, and that's what came out of it. So I salute your choice, sir. I salute it.
Yes, on the board.
That passes.
I'm in the country.
All right. On to my first choice.
I'm so excited for yours. I know that we're going to have very different lists here, and I'm excited.
We do. All of mine start with a question for you, Odie.
Oh, God. Okay.
Odie, what's more American than foreign espionage? Go ahead. What's more American than foreign espionage?
Apple pie.
Nothing. No, the answer's nothing.
Okay. Sorry.
The answer's nothing's more American
Celsius.
than foreign espionage. And that's why my first pick is the 2006 film written and directed by Jean-François Halin and Michel Hazanavicieux, starring Jean Dujardin as Hubert Bonacieux de la Batte and Philippe Lefebvre as the American Jack Jefferson.
Jack Jefferson.
Of course, I'm talking about the classic, where the sequel actually did win an Academy Award in France, OSS 117 Cairo, Nest of Spies. Have you ever seen this film?
No, I have not. I am a movie aficionado, and I will say confidently, I've never even heard of this movie.
Not only was this the
Get out of my
first
country.
film I thought
Done.
of when
You're
we
done.
came up with this category, but I had already seen it
Of course.
many years ago.
Of course.
And I do, in fact, harbor a weird sense of love for this film.
Justify it. I'm ready.
I will. In OSS 117...
What a name.
Cairo, comma, Nest of Spies.
What a fucking name, dude. Like, the name alone is it's so long. But it's also not long. I'm looking this up while you tell me.
Oh, written by Jean-François Halin and Michel Hazanavicieux.
I typed in OSS, and it was the first thing that popped up.
Yeah, because it's actually popular. Anyway, it's based on author Jean Bruce's fictional character, Hubert Bonacieux de la Batte, OSS 117. He's James Bond. It's a James Bond spoof. It's not Austin Powers, but it's kind of Austin Powers. But it's kind of more like, here's why this is American. We love Leslie Nielsen's The Naked Gun, right? We love Austin Powers. Like these stop it.
I like Austin Powers.
Okay, perfect. But like all of these spy films, they're American. They're like based off of the idea of like James Bond.
Yeah.
And even though James Bond is British, he's kind of American. Like we brought him into American culture. So I would say espionage as a genre has a relatively strong home and hold in America. Now, this film, what makes it the most American is the character played by Philippe Lefebvre, known as Jack Jefferson, is an American agent. And the main character, Hubert, OSS 117, he originally, like, the plot of this film kind of kicks off when he learns that his favorite coworker, Jack Jefferson, who he has a relatively homoerotic like flashback scene with on the beach. Like, you know, like those beach romance scenes that we get in American films? We get that, but it's with these two OSS agents, and they're the only ones on this beach, and they're like playing football and like knocking each other into the sand and falling on each other and just laughing and having a great time. And then we come to like the present. Hubert has learned that Jack has died, and he's very sad about it, and that like kind of that's his motivation the entire time. Now the film goes on, we get all the classic espionage tropes, but with like comic relief. Not only does he go to Cairo and completely disrespect the Muslim faith, very American, I might add,
very,
but he gets sort of baked into this international weapons crisis that's going on, and then it turns out that the American agent, spoilers, just in case you want to go watch this film, spoilers, Jack Jefferson actually faked his death so that he could sell weapons on the black market. That's capitalism, baby. An American spy faked his own death to sell weapons on the black market, and that's fucking American. Come on, you got to give it to me. I'm looking for a salute here. I'm looking for a salute for OSS 117, Cairo Nest of Spies.
Absolutely your choice.
Yes! Perfect. On to your next film, sir.
All right. Well, let's get jiggy with it, shall we? In spirit of your French film, I got.
You can just say in spirit of your French.
Let me do this the right way.
Don't try to describe that a second time.
I want to pick a movie from 2009. That was directed by James Wong, written by Ben Ramsey, starring Justin Chatwin, and nobody else anybody would ever recognize. Because I think, Kevin, there is nothing more American than taking a Japanese anime and turning it into a Western adaptation live action. I, of course, am talking about the one and only Dragon Ball Evolution. Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Mm-hmm.
Go. I'm resisting the urge to shut this down now.
Why? We love this movie.
You have picked a very hard movie to justify and garner any sense of respect or love for. Mm-hmm. I don't salute your choice for the movie yet. However, good luck. Here's a salute.
Thank you.
Justify it.
All right.
Here's a consolation salute just in case I still hate this film when you're done
Well,
with
I still hate this film regardless. And I think everybody does.
Okay.
But that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, all right. Hit
for
me.
one, very American to whitewash a cast. Very American to do that.
Okay.
I would say that like Avatar: The Last Avatar: The Last Airbender from M. Night Shyamalan definitely, kind of did this.
M. Night Shampoo.
M. Night Shampoo. We've done a lot of early like anime live action adaptations that were westernized, whitewashed the entire cast. Justin Chatwin was like a very prominent actor during this time, and he is I think for like between 2000 and 2010, that is what like every white leading American man looked like they all looked like Justin Chatwin. On top of that, they barely cast anybody of the right ethnicity to play these parts. On top of that, they set it in America because he goes to an American high school. And yeah, I mean, realistically, it's the most, I think to me, this is like the most American movie adaptation because they take everything that everybody loved about Dragon Ball and just ruined it. And that's what America is really good at, taking things that people love, like human rights and stuff, and just ruining it. So I think this fits because it's an American movie that just ruins things that people love. And that's what America is good at. I'm not holding any punches back after that presidential debate.
Nope.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah. 4th of July. Who's better at golf? Who's going to run the country?
Who cares?
Get the fuck out of here.
Go home.
They can get out of my country. Anyway, I salute your choice. I don't salute this film.
No, me either.
Let's not conflate the two.
It's not.
I salute your choice.
Thank you.
Good job. You justified it. Yes, America's very good at ruining foreign property.
This is so fun. I'm so glad we did this.
This is great. All right, my next film. I have a question for you, Odie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What is more American than reskinning a cautionary Germanic fairy tale?
Reskinning.
A cautionary Germanic fairy tale. You know, we've got all the fairy tales over here. We've turned them into Disney princesses, right? That's a very American pastime of ours. We take the Germanic folklore and we twist it and we turn it into our own thing and then we worship it.
Like Brothers
right?
Grimm.
It's pretty American.
What's more American than that? Apple
What's
pie.
more American than that? No, nothing. Nothing's more American than that.
Well, I thought you
That's
said
the
that
answer.
the espionage thing was more...
Forget the espionage thing. We've moved on.
Okay.
This is America. We're moving on. Listen, reskinning Germanic fairy tales is not only an American custom. It's something that it's almost like it's almost a tradition at this point, which is why for my second film on this list, I have picked the cautionary Germanic fairy tale that is the 2007 shot-for-shot remake starring Naomi Watts, Tim Roth, Michael Pitt, and Brady Corbet, Funny Games. Now, Funny Games, the psychological thriller.
I knew it.
Also one of my favorite horror films of all time. Here's why it's super American. First off, it's a shot-for-shot remake that came 10 years later. It was directed by Michael Haneke. The screenplay was done by Michael Haneke, but he grabbed the original story from the German filmmaker. Hold on. I can't find the German filmmaker. I forget. Doesn't matter. It's American. But hear me out. This is a classic cautionary Germanic fairy tale about how just because someone looks like you doesn't mean that they're not on a murdering spree in your gated community that no one will ever believe or be able to tell each other about fast enough because you're all so coddled in your little blanket of security, right? It's about a family going on a nice little lake vacation, which many people are doing for the 4th of July, mind you. This is actually a very 4th of July film. When they get to their gated community, they see the antagonists played by Michael Pitt and Brady Corbet, two golf-clad young gentlemen, all white, wearing all white with golf clubs, and they're having a weird interaction with these people's neighbors. But they've got plans for the weekend, so of course they just power through the awkward conversation, and then they talk about how awkward it was on the way to their house, and then Michael Pitt and Brady Corbet show up, and they start wreaking havoc, and they break Tim Roth's leg with a golf club. And then they continue to torture and murder everyone else in the film, eventually ending at another cabin across the lake, because that's how white America functions. They're like, oh, these two boys are white. We trust them. It doesn't matter how awkward or weird they are. We're very trusting. Come on into our home. And that's the Germanic fairy tale, right? You're welcoming disaster into your home because it looks like you. And there's nothing more American than being unassuming about two white boys wearing golf clothes.
God damn it.
I'm looking for a salute here.
Listen, because serial killers are an American favorite, and for some reason true crime and murders are what people foam at the mouth for here in this country, I will absolutely salute that choice.
Thank you!
Because there is nothing more American than centering a story around people getting tortured and murdered.
Both of us are doing a very good job with this assignment so far. My choices get harder to justify after this.
Mine stay about the same. I played it a little safe. I picked movies that I think would be more funny, whether I can justify them or not.
Mine also are funny choices, but all right, keep going. What's your next one?
Apologies, by the way. I keep having to clear my throat. I got a tickle for some reason, so...
It's okay. I'm stuffy, so we're good. The Stuffy American Podcast.
Yeah. Here we go. All right.
Ooh, the Stuffy American Podcast. Ooh, that would be cool. We could get on and we could review different Hold on. This is an idea. We could review different neighborhoods as they're being gentrified over time, right? Like we could go in and be like, on a scale from Jose to Joseph. No, just all right. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to take you back.
The Stuffy American Podcasts.
I'm going to take you
a
back
Podbean special. Anyway.
to 2004, before controversy plagued both of these gentlemen with a story that is so American that only America would make a movie about it. I, of course, am talking about the Mel Gibson-directed, Jim Caviezel starring movie, Passion of the Christ.
Fucking A. Wow.
Because...
God damn.
Here's the thing. The story of Jesus is he was definitely...
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
The story of Jesus.
The story of Jesus. He's a Middle Eastern man who definitely would have had more brown skin, living.
We don't even have to go. I have to salute your choice. I'm required by the conjoining of church and state to salute your choice at this
point. There's nothing more American than Jesus. All right.
Fucking just you win. All right,
cool.
You got it on that one.
Than having a white man play Jesus in a film directed by a man who openly hates Jews, which Jesus was the king of.
You don't even have to just. I get it, Odie.
Jim
I get it.
Caviezel as a person also openly hates gay people, and there's nothing more Jesus and American than casting a man to play Jesus who would have loved gay people that openly hates gay people. Great choice, right?
I'm saluting.
Great choice.
I'm saluting.
Easiest one.
I'm saluting. Yes. Easy wins on that one. Easy dubs on the Passion of the Christ. Very American of you.
I'll take it. I'll take
White
it.
Jesus in America?
White Jesus,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's crack open another Celsius. Here we go. All right. We got fucking American right there. Why now just have two open Celsius sitting on my desk?
Oh God! It is 7. It was 7:30 in the morning when we started this podcast for people in my time zone. It's now 8 a.m. It's 10 a.m. for Kevin.
It's 10 a.m. here.
It's too early for this.
I've finished my coffee. I have 2 Celsiuses open. This is a very American podcast so far.
Very American.
All right.
Podcast.
The next movie on my list. I have a question for you, Odie.
Oh, okay.
What's more American than mooching?
Oh, Germanic fairy tales.
No,
Reskinning Germanic.
The answer's nothing. The answer's nothing is more American than mooching. We live off each other here, baby. If you're lower class, you're mooching off the rich. We all know it. We heard it in the presidential debate. We hear it in every bill being passed. Like, we're just mooch. If you're not succeeding, you're mooching. That's America, baby. And so mooching is one of the most American things ever. And that's why, for my third choice, I picked the 2019 Academy Award winning film of the year, Bong Joon-ho's Parasite.
Oh, hell, dude. Oh, my.
Thank you.
Yes. Dude.
Yes, and this movie is super American because it's about a family that it weasels its way into another family's house. And let's be real, the rich family's looking down on the poor family, right? And the poor family weasels its way into the rich family's house, taking care of it while the rich family's away on vacation. Now, the maid of the rich family doesn't want the poor family there, but it's not for the reason we initially think. We think that she thinks that they're up to something, but it's really just that her husband is already living in the rich family's basement. And then all hell breaks loose and people get murdered, and the film ends with, well,
spoiler.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. It's a 5-year-old movie.
Spoilers for a movie that came out 5 years ago. The film ends with a note being written to a member of the Kim family, which are the quote-unquote protagonists of the film, saying, "I will do whatever it takes to come get you out of the basement." So that's what I mean. Parasite. Listen, it's a movie that it's so American that we adopted it as a film. We were like, yes, you win our award now. and nothing's more American than us taking something that's foreign and saying, that's ours now.
Here's the thing. If there was already an American remake, I might salute you. But get out of my country.
Whoa! You're sending Parasite back home.
Because there's no white people in it. Get out of here.
All right. You know what? I said they were going to get harder to justify. I accept this. All right.
Okay. Now,
give me your next film.
Unlike any other movie we've talked about so far, for me personally, that is one of the best movies. Like, that's
it's amazing.
Such a good movie.
I thought I was going to win you over just on the quality of the movie itself.
Kevin, you are talking to somebody who judges movies on a very strict scale on YouTube. I have to stay true to my roots.
Okay.
Speaking of staying true to my roots, Let's go to a movie that came out not too long ago. Actually, 1 month and 1 day ago, as of time of recording. Directed by somebody, Brad Payton, who has directed incredible movies such as Rampage, San Andreas, and Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore, starring incredible actors such as Sterling K. Brown from the movies, and Simu Liu, who was in Marvel for a little bit, and Mark Strong, who was in a very bad Green Lantern movie, but starring the one and only Jennifer Lopez. I, of course, am talking about the movie Atlas, which I also just so happen to cover on Magnum Opus, which kind of helps.
That's American. Okay.
Here's the plot of Atlas. If you want a bigger and funnier rundown, go watch my YouTube video. Yes, I'm shamelessly plugging it. I don't care. Atlas is about America. Sorry. Perfected.
It's about America.
America perfected AI to the point where AI is in everything, and we have servants and housekeepers and drivers and flyers and all.
Very poignant. That's happening right now.
Everything is AI robots. They're all robots. They look
happening right now.
They look like humans. They act like humans until one day a AI decides somehow to go against his programming, and he causes an AI bot revolution. And then America leads the effort to create a... Kevin, do you know, is there an organization that tries to bring every country in the world together that we currently have to, like, unite against one common goal? Do we have that now? Trick question. Of course we don't, because every movie where there's a global threat, we have to create a new organization, because NATO... Fuck NATO. You know? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares that
NATO?
Who cares that NATO already
fuck
exists?
NATO.
In this one, America creates the International Coalition of Nations to lead the charge against the AI bot uprising, which makes the leader retreat off the planet and go to a distant planet. But not only has America perfected AI and hyperspace travel, we also, true to our roots, still play the same boring version of basketball. And there's nothing more American than having AI do everything for you and still playing the same regular version of your sports.
Wow.
While also America is the one that saves the world. Because,
all right, well,
of course.
Okay. Although I salute your shameless plug, nothing about this movie is ringing as completely American, and so I'm going to say, get out of my country, Atlas.
All right.
Not only that, I also don't want it streaming here. I do want it actually out of the country. I don't even want to watch it. I'm going to watch your review of it, and that's it. And then I want it out of the country.
I agree.
Literally.
It's one of the worst movies this year. It's up there with, like, Madam Web.
Yeah, this is an Atlas literal. Did Madam Web come out this year?
It came out, like, 4 months ago. It feels like
we're living in a time warp.
It came out in February, dude. That's when I started
feels like
my
it was
channel.
Years ago. Like,
my channel barely is 4 months old, and that was the movie that kicked off my channel, was Madam Web.
2024 is wild.
It is.
Oh my God! Wow. All right, Atlas and Madam Web in the same year. Get out of my country. All right, on to my next film.
Okay, I've got one
Odie,
left.
I have a question for you. What's more American than killing Nazis?
Oh, mooching.
No, nothing. The answer's nothing. It's nothing. I'm trying to do a bit here.
I'm ruining it.
You're doing your own bit. Anyway, nothing's more American than killing Nazis, and that's why I picked, of course, one of the most American. What's more American than loving World War II?
Is this Inglourious Bastards?
No. What's more American than idolizing the heroes of World War II? Not much. Right? Not much.
Dropping an atomic bomb on an entire country?
That's part of World War II.
That's pretty American.
You just that answer falls within the category of the question I asked.
Is it Oppenheimer?
No.
Oh.
That's why I picked 2001's film, written by Jean-Jacques Annaud and Alain Godard, starring Jude Law, Jill Fiennes,
Enemy at the
Rachel
Gates,
Weisz, and Ed Harris. Enemy at the Gates.
I love this movie.
Yes, and here's why this is the most American movie.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Go ahead and justify it, but.
You might You might be asking yourself, what's American about a Russian sniper killing Germans in Stalingrad in World War II? And I would tell you everything, because this isn't about a Russian, like, although on the surface this is about a Russian sniper killing German soldiers in Stalingrad, what this is really about is the struggle for power over a political narrative. The real tension of this film is built around the successes of Vasily Zaitsev, played by Jude Law, as propaganda by Joe Fiennes. Joe Fiennes' character, the entire film, is literally using Jude Law's exploits as a stepping stone to get to where he wants to be politically, and then double crosses him when he realizes that they're going after the same girl. This is the most American tale ever, man. There's romance. There's a double cross. There's political gains. There's socio-political and economic. Ron Perlman shows up.
Briefly.
Ron Perlman. This movie's so American that they didn't even get a foreign guy to play the Russian sniper's teacher. It's got 2 British guys, a German actress, and then Ron Perlman comes in as a Russian guy. Like, this is so fucking American. And then at the end of the film, he kills Ed Harris. And it's great.
Yeah.
And Ed Harris, once again, American guy playing a Nazi. I love it. It's absolutely phenomenal.
You know what my favorite part
What
of
do
that,
you say? You salute it?
Well, my favorite part of that movie, before I give you my answer, I love the opening where one person gets a rifle, another person gets the ammo. Go at it.
Go.
Hope you find somebody that, hope you get one or the other before you die.
That entire opening scene, in my opinion, is better than the opening scene of Saving Private Matt Damon.
I got you. I agree with that, and I salute your choice.
It's better
100% because Enemy at the Gates is one of the first World War II movies I got to watch. I saw it on TV. Probably a couple years after it came out, and I've been obsessed with World War II movies. You could have said any World War II movie, and I would have saluted it because reasons.
Because it's American.
It really is, and honestly, that's a good one.
I specifically did want to go out of my way to try to justify a World War II movie about a Russian written by a French guy. I was like, this is a good challenge. I'm into this. All right. Next film for you, sir.
My last one, and then I have one honorable mention. I won't have to justify it. I just want to throw it out there. But
you just want to throw it down.
My last full one, I'm going to bring it back to where I started, Kevin, because I like symmetry. I'm going to go back with Michael Bay. Because there's nothing.
We're back to Michael Bay.
There's nothing more American than Michael Bay movies.
Than a Michael Bay cameo?
Oh, dude, I love his cameos because they're so stupid.
Yeah, they are.
All right. I jokingly, when we came up with this topic, told you I was going to do the first Transformers movie. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because that would be silly when I could do the 4th Transformers movies. Transformers Age of Extinction, and here is why.
Why was it not just called Transformers?
Transformers.
Why was it not?
Because I don't know. Why was
that's too clever?
Why was bad?
People can't handle that. You just put a 4 in the middle of it. You're right. Oh no, I know why it wasn't. Because then it would say trans on the poster. All right, keep going.
Oh God. Okay, my justification for this movie. 1.
I'm just laughing thinking of Transformers.
We should make that.
We should. Keep going. All right.
Okay.
Justify it.
For 1, the main character is played by Mark Wahlberg, who beat up a minority. And there's nothing more American than a white man beating up a minority in their personal life. Second one, his name is Cade Yeager. Okay, that's a very American name. He lives on a farm.
His name's Cade Hunter. Neither one of those are English names. All right,
this is going to be my longest one to justify because there's so much in this that I want to justify, whether you agree or not. But his name is Cade Yeager. He's played by Mark Wahlberg. He lives on a farm in the middle of nowhere. He is an inventor and mechanic in his barn, but yet somehow, even though he is broke, in this movie he can still afford like an 8-bedroom farmhouse mansion. He has American flags all over his property.
I've got all this equity all around me. I'm just broke.
I'm just broke.
I don't have money. I just have literal equity. All right, keep going.
He discovers the Transformers, and then you've got a secret American agency that's trying to stop him because they want the Transformer technology for themselves. There's nothing more American than the American government coming down on small town USA to demand things from them, whether it be tax or a giant robot hiding in your barn. There's also a really creepy scene where an underage girl has to be justified on dating an older character by using the Romeo and Juliet law, which is very very American because people love to date minorities in this country. Oop, I said it. I don't care. On top of that, there is a diverse cast of Transformers that all have different distinct accents from different countries. But you know what, Kevin? They're all extremely racial stereotypes. They all play right into the stereotypes of the country they are from, and there's nothing more American than making a movie about other people from other countries and making them fit the stereotype that isn't true.
There's nothing more American than alien car robots being also stereotyped.
Yep, exactly. Nobody is safe. No, whether you're organic matter or not, you are not safe from the racial stereotypes of American writing.
We need the Allspark right now.
And on top of that, at the very end of the movie, of course, Earth is in trouble, but all the Transformers are in America. All the Transformers work for the American government. It's an American hero. And
because it's a Michael Bay movie.
America saves the day.
Once again, a farmer in a Michael Bay movie saves the fucking world.
On top of all of that, the movie ends in China with robot dinosaurs.
All right. You put a lot of effort into that.
I did.
And you know what? It paid off. I salute your choice, sir. And not only that, there's a third Astro Vibe Celsius for you.
If I lived close to you, I would come.
I'm gonna die today.
You are. You're gonna have a heart attack. This is the final episode.
Oh God, this is where we end.
And
all right,
real quick, just because might as well, I'm gonna go ahead and do my honorable mention. My honorable mention is Ocean's 11. There's nothing more American than a heist film, baby.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right. Odie, I have a question for you.
All right, I have a real answer for you.
What is more American than threatening the actual safety of the American people with your freedom of speech?
Nothing.
Thank you. Thank you.
That one's a legit answer. Nothing.
And that is why, for my final choice, I have picked one of the most American films ever. A film that made us feel for talk show hosts. A film that made us feel for possibly a foreign dictator for a minute. A film that made us rethink the way that we looked at the song Fireworks by Katy Perry. I'm, of course,
the
talking
interview
about
with James Franco
the
and
2014,
Seth Rogen
yes,
and Randall Park.
Yes.
I knew where you were going with that.
2014's The Interview with James Franco, Seth Rogen, and Randall Park playing Kim Jong-un, who loves Katy Perry.
That almost started
and not
World
only
War
that,
III.
cries while singing Firework. This movie is so fucking American that not only does Rob Lowe reveal he's bald.
Eminem is gay.
Eminem is gay. Nicki Minaj is sick of talking to people about her butt. Like, this is the most American film you could ever come up with. They originally were writing it in 2001. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg were originally writing this in 2001. And that had Kim Jong-il as the person being assassinated. They started reskinning it, rewriting, going back to it in 2011. And then they started pre-production, I believe, in 2013. The movie got announced. This movie literally made Korea threaten the United States. They said that they actually threatened action against the United States if we aired the film. Multiple theaters opted not to show it. It ended up getting a digital release, made $44 million on the digital release, and then an additional, after it actually made its way into theaters, $12 million. Making its money back despite the odds. And that's American capitalism, baby. This movie is so American that Kim Jong-un gets shot down in a helicopter from his own private tank.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I'm not even going to go through anything. This movie is so fucking American.
There's a butt joke?
That both in the movie, Seth Rogen shoves an asset up his butt.
Before a tiger can eat him.
It's a SEAL Team 6 makes an appearance. Yeah. Like, this movie couldn't possibly be more American. This movie's so American, various parts of it were shot in Vancouver.
That's where everything
and that is
shot.
why that is my actual choice for the most American film ever, because not only in the film, but in the real world, this had American implications and flags all over it.
I salute that one because I almost picked it myself.
Oh, wow.
I almost did. But you know what?
We were on the same page on one of these.
Do you want to know what held me back? And this is so minute in reality, but even with my YouTube channel, I try not to use any clips of anybody that is a terrible person. And since James Franco is a terrible person, and that's fine. The only reason I just hold myself back because I'm like, will somebody think that I support this guy? Obviously we don't, but I try not to, because there's that really good meme of him where he like,
I think even if you throw up like a clip, like as long as you mention your opinion on it, it doesn't matter. Because like then even if people comment like he's a terrible person, you can be like, yeah, I mentioned that. Like you don't even have to respond to the comment. You can be like, all right, I'm safe. I mentioned that because
he has that really good meme from Spider-Man 2 where he like looks over his shoulder and like smiles, and like I want to use that sometimes, but I'm like, I don't want to support you. You're a bad person, James Franco. I like your brother.
It makes you uneasy.
Your brother Dave is cool, but you are not.
I love Dave Franco.
He's married to Allison Brie from Community fame.
I'm happy for them.
Me too.
Wow.
I love Dave Franco.
Wow.
He needs to be in more stuff.
Yeah. Every now and then, like, I'm not someone who keeps up on celebrity couples, but people will tell me, and every once in a while, someone will tell me about a celebrity couple. I'm like, ooh, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I love Allison Brie showed up in Mad Men in like 2008, I want to say. Like, 2007. She showed up in Mad Men, and I was like, who is this? Not only is she pretty, she's out acting everyone in every scene she's in.
She's the
best.
It
was amazing.
In Community, it's her and Donald Glover that steal it. Well,
oh, for sure. Well, I mean, everyone's good.
I was gonna say everyone's good, but I would say
everyone's good at playing their role.
Yeah.
Come on, Danny Putty is awesome.
That's where I was gonna stop. I was like, but Abed is kind of
Danny Putty.
I think the three of them steal the show, but.
Yeah, there's so much about community. We could have a whole community episode if you wanted to. We should. We should do top 5 episodes of Community.
Oh my god, D&D episode would be automatically like number 1 for me.
It's up there.
Yeah,
it's up there.
Oh,
all right.
There's the paintball episode. There's the Dean switching places episode.
The Chaos Theory.
Oh my god, there's so many good episodes of Community.
The Heart of Darkness episode.
Am I gonna have to
remember the one? It's the documentary about them making the film for the commercial.
Yes.
Heart of Darkness.
So good.
Anyway, so good. Well, okay, so I'm gonna have to say, we each of us told one film to get out of our country.
Which one of mine did
you
tell?
So we've tied.
I think you said yes to all
Atlas.
Mine. Oh, you said Atlas. Dang it.
Atlas can get out of my country.
I thought I was 5 for 5.
No, I saluted your shameless plug.
Oh, thanks.
Your shameless plug was more American than the film.
Thank you.
But each of us told one movie to get out of the country. Now I want you to pick whichever one you think is your best film, and I'm going to pick my best film, and we're going to put them up against each other. Right? Okay. So which one is the most American film on your list? Your actual nominee for most American film ever.
Passion of the Christ.
I pick The Interview.
I think Interview wins.
Yes!
I don't think you can beat that. Like, I think that's the two. I think if you put both of ours up, like, slightly below yours is Passion of the Christ, but in terms of most American movies, I think both of those are, like, some of the best picks you could choose.
I agree.
Because one is whitewashing religion and the other is making fun of a country that hates us.
I agree. And not only that, you really surprised me with Passion of the Christ, and I knew exactly where you're going as soon as you said Mel Gibson. I was like, oh, this fucking...
There's a sequel
coming.
I was
like, he got me.
There's a sequel.
Dude, I was like, Odie got me. Mel Gibson got me. Like, this is just... That's what it was. I was like, oh, fuck.
You know what? Can I tell you a fun fact about that movie?
What?
Jim Caviezel was in a show called Person of Interest for a while after that show. And apparently he was...
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Notoriously so difficult to work with that in one of the episodes he was supposed to save a gay couple and he refused to do it because he doesn't like gay people.
That's very American.
Very American.
That's very
That's the
American.
best person to play Jesus right there.
Yeah, we got to re-gauge. We got to like reset how we think about what's American, because I actually think saving American I think saving people regardless of who they are is more American. But we don't have to get into that on this episode.
Oh, you know what? You know what movie I almost picked, but I went with Armageddon instead.
What?
I wanted to mention this. Have you heard of the movie Battle Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to tell the story real quick because we went through that a little bit quicker. So I have a story for you real fast.
Hit
Okay.
me.
I'm going to take you back to 2012, the night before I'm shipping off to boot camp for the Marine Corps. I wanted to watch the most American military movies I could think of. However, I didn't have streaming at the time because this was 12 years ago. So I had a DVD copy of Full Metal Jacket, and I had a DVD copy of Battle Los Angeles. So I watched Full Metal Jacket, and then I watched Battle Los Angeles. If you've never heard of this movie, Battle Los Angeles is definitely in my top 3 of guilty pleasure movies. It's inconsistent. There are characters literally that show up in scenes, and then they don't show up. Like, the movie just moves forward, and then they just reappear like they've been there the entire time, but clearly they haven't. I love it. One character actually dies early on and then shows up again later. Love it.
What?
Love it. Oh, it's so great.
They don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it. And he dies again. Wow. It's great.
What?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. This movie stars Aaron Eckhart from The Dark Knight. He played Two-Face. And then like a smorgasbord of other people like Michael Pena.
I like Aaron Eckhart. Yeah. You know what's funny is after The Dark Knight, there was like this weird period where he was trying to be an action star.
Yeah.
Like I, Frankenstein and shit.
That's it. That's on my list of magnum opus movies.
I love that. I could hear the shudder.
So Battle Los Angeles is about, he's playing a staff sergeant, and I could literally sit here and tell you the whole movie from start to finish, but he's playing a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Please don't.
No, I won't. You find out like he did a mission or he was on a deployment and like something went wrong and like a bunch of his squad died, and he has a new squad and they all hate him because
he's got a haunted past.
Pretty much. And one of his new like squad members, his brother was on the last mission with him and he died, and Aaron Eckhart's all sad, but everyone hates him. It's like, you got him all. It's one of those you got everybody killed kind of thing, but they don't know the real story.
You suck. So it's a redemption tale.
This movie is literally about aliens drop down to Earth, and the United States motherfucking Marine Corps is the reason they get defeated. This movie is about Marines fighting aliens and then discovering their weakness and broadcasting it to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world couldn't figure it out. But a ragtag team of Marines, they can figure it out. And also,
so it's like another version of Independence Day.
There's also a veterinarian that when they capture an alien, they're like stabbing it all over, and she's like, I think this is the heart, and they stab it and it doesn't die. And she's like, well, wait, maybe this is they're using a veterinarian to like do the anatomy of the alien.
Maybe it's here.
Maybe it's not. And then what's funniest about that scene to me, and it makes me laugh every time, is like, you're stabbing an alien all over, and you're like, oh, this will kill it. Maybe it just died because you stabbed it 15 times. Like, I don't think. Yeah, it's a great movie. God. I really love it.
Honorary mention for that one. You know what? Tiny salute.
Because Marines, you have to.
Tiny salute for the Marine Corps. The few, the proud.
The few, the proud. You know what's my favorite thing about being a Marine?
Is that the thing?
The few, the proud.
Oh,
you know what my favorite thing about being a Marine Corps vet is?
What?
When I meet other veterans and I tell them, and I keep my expired military ID in my wallet for this reason, and I go, oh yeah, I was in the Marine Corps for 7 years, and they'll be like, no, you weren't, and I'll be like, I was. And they're like, well, you don't look like a Marine, and I'll be like, thank you.
You don't look like a Marine.
That's a compliment.
Yeah. That's a very American thing to do.
Very.
You don't look like a Marine. It's like, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't join your cult of personality.
Yeah. Let me just grab my cargo shorts, my Skechers t-shirt, or my Skechers shoes, my ankle high white socks, get a polo, tuck it in, wear a belt, and comb my hair. Then I'll look like a Marine.
Do I look like someone who does combat sports?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's just because you look like you could beat somebody up pretty easily.
Do I look like someone who does theater?
No.
Okay, all right, cool. All right. I'm trying to find the area where I can surprise people in life. I'm like, Odie's surprising people. I want to surprise them too.
Surprise. They see my pink painted nails and they're like, Marine?
Special Celsius salute to the interview.
I want to watch that again
specifically
now.
Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, not James Franco.
Great combo. I do love that. People
and Randall Park. We love Randall Park.
Oh, dude, Randall Park is one of my fucking favorites. I want to watch his show, Kim's Convenience. Fresh Off the Boat. Fresh Off the Boat. Anyways.
Dude, Fresh Off the Boat is so good.
I want to watch that and Kim's Convenience, because Kim's Convenience has Simu Liu, who was in Atlas, and I really, really like him as an actor.
Yeah, I like Simu Liu.
When you watch my video on it, look at his face and how he's acting. It is hysterical. He looks ridiculous. And
I love it.
I'm sure it's not his fault. I mean, I'm sure he was told to act with his mouth open. It's very weird. Anyways, jam.
What's your jam?
Is
it Post Malone's new country music?
You know,
that's not mine. I'm liking it less and less.
I didn't hate the first one with Morgan Wallen at first. I don't like it as much now. I definitely don't.
I'm gonna give you.
I don't like the Blake Shelton one.
I'm gonna give you a big not my jam on Post Malone's country career.
Now,
that's, not so far, not my jam.
I heard a snippet of his newer one that's coming out at some point with Chris Stapleton. Now, I do respect Chris Stapleton a lot, so maybe it'll be good. But yeah, the problem with country songs for me, and I know you relate to this you relate to this more than anybody I know. You're sober, and every country song is about put a drink in my hand, I'm drinking my problems, that girl fucked me over, and I'm drinking.
Country's all about just beer and dirt roads and ripped jeans and like all this stuff that like is really not me. Like, so like, of course it's not going to be my thing.
No.
Like, and there's so many people that I know who like I'll see at like a polo match or like something like hoity-toity, right? And then they're like, I love country music. I'm like, that's your fantasy. Is that your country? Like you just fantasize that but here we are wearing our nice khakis and button-down shirts and like designer sunglasses, and you're telling me you love country? Okay, yeah, cool. No, I just, dude, I can't get into country.
I agree.
And this is like the final proof to me that it's just not a music for me. And so I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not my jam.
And I agree. I mean, and like I talked about Shabuzi not so long ago, his full album, and I've listened to it again, and I gotta retract some of what I said. There's 3 songs on that album that I like, and it's Horses and Hellcats, Highway, and Finally Over. The other ones, I listened to it again, I'm just like, yeah, no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Couldn't. Anyways.
Yeah, they're a little simple. Post Malone does have what I would say he has a higher lyrical quality than any other country artist now. Like he's definitely brought, like the lyrical quality of his music is elevated compared to other country artists. But yeah, not a fan.
I agree. Okay,
what's your jam?
My jam is a TV show that you can watch in one sitting, even though there are 2 seasons, because each episode is about 15 minutes.
Okay.
If you like, I don't like to use this as an example. If you like Rick and Morty, gross, or anything involving that, like.
Well, you can like Rick and Morty.
I just think that show is like very not
vulgar.
Yeah, it's just not my jam.
You think it's vulgar?
It's not my jam.
Oh, okay.
But there is a show on HBO Max called Smiling Friends. Now, this is coming from a creator called Zach. I think his last name is Hadel. He used to run a YouTube channel called Oni Plays, where him and his friends would play video games, and he's got a very distinct and unique voice because he has an extremely deviated septum that he refuses to fix because he doesn't care.
Oh.
Respect on that. So he has like a very congested sounding normal voice. Smiling Friends is a show about an organization called Smiling Friends, and their job is to go out and make people smile. Now, here's the thing. This is a cartoon. It's animated. It has a very distinct art style. None of the characters look the same. It is a blend of stop motion, live action, green screen, animation. It is an amalgamation of it's a fever dream of everything. Like, every episode, no matter how normal you think it's going to be, it will turn into insanity.
Cool.
The characters are.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah,
they're
I'm into this.
Very unique looking. The stories are hilarious. I find like Goose and I, my partner Goose, Nate, we quote this back and forth all the time. There are so much. Like there's so many quotable
this is
lines.
Looking good.
It's something I've probably seen every episode like 4 times. It's extremely rewatchable because they're short and funny. It's really good. It's something that if you got a flight coming up and you want to binge like a whole series, or if you just want to like put it on in the background, or you just want to watch a quick thing, like I like to put it on. 15 minutes is like the perfect amount of time to like watch something and eat real quick. So it's just, I recommend it. It's really funny. It's not gonna be for everybody. It's very vulgar. It's very not like sexually, but it's cursing, some gore every once in a while.
Yeah, no, this looks good, man.
Dark jokes. It's funny. I really like it. I think you might like it.
Cool.
I've been telling everybody
That's
about
a good jam.
it. So
that's awesome.
What's
my
yours?
jam this week
Celsius
is the new Lucky Day album, Algorithm.
Okay.
Lucky Day has been around since I want to say like 2017, 2018. Have you ever heard of Lucky Day?
I'm gonna look him up.
The R&B artist. I love him. He's amazing. Let's see. When's his first single come out? I'm scrolling back. We're going to go back to the beginning for Lucky Day. 2016.
Day with an E, right?
Yes. Huh?
Day
yep,
with
Day
an
with
E?
an E. Yeah, Lucky Day is an amazing R&B artist. The thing that first struck me about him as an artist was on his album Painted, but the demos that he released before Painted came out. Painted's just like a combination of 3 EPs that he put out back to back, which I think were just called 1, 2, and 3. But he, at the end of some of his songs, the music kind of like it shifts and it kind of breaks down into some smaller components of the music, and then he'll do spoken word poetry, and I really love when he does that because like you don't get that in a lot of music. So I love when he does that. There's really cool call response stuff that he throws into his music. The first song that I ever like really loved by him was Roll One, and then Late Night came out, or Late Night's on the same thing. That one's really sick. Karma is probably my favorite song by Lucky Day. This new album is super sick. I love the song Soft. It has like it was the most recent single before the album came out. It has a very Stevie Wonder, like 1970s funk vibe.
Can I ask you a question about him?
Yeah.
So when I edit my videos, I like to have background music that, like, Sleep Token is a great one to have in the background. Would this be something that I could have in the background and like partially listen to while also listening to myself edit? Like, is it good background music?
I think so.
I'm gonna try it today when I edit. I'm gonna see because
I normally, if I'm gonna have background music, I can't have lyrics.
Oh, see, not to derail too much from your jam, but for me, like bands like Sleep Token, Chapel Roan.
No, that was my jam. You can keep going. You're good.
I like if it's an artist, like even Bad Omens, like if it's an artist that I love so much, like by the way, Nate is so into Sleep Token now that not only do they want to go to a concert and they want you to come, like we want to go as like a group. Because I told them that you go to them all the time, but they're dying for some Sleep Token merch. So we've fully inducted them into the Sleep Token cult. They listened to our episode where you kind of like went over Sleep Token, and they were like, "Oh, I'm in.
Oh, cool.
I'm hooked." So shout out Nate if you're listening.
Dude, I love that. Sleep Token's so amazing. I can't wait for the next thing that they do. I can't wait for them to come back. Yeah, I'm going to be jumping in line, getting tickets.
And I got to admit,
dude, everybody that I have gone to see them with or like talk to them about when they're here and like we go see different concerts, like everybody's like, yeah, we got to go see him again.
I agree.
Like that's what I love about them is the people who go see them live are like, I need that again.
I need it.
Like, it's really, really good.
And I'm going to say Sundowning, that's my favorite album. I'm just going to say it. I know it's cool. It might not be like the popular one, but I just think it's got the best hits. For me.
I don't think I have a favorite album by them. I think I just love the body of work that is Sleep Token.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to try out this
Lucky Day. I would say give Lucky Day a try for background music. Definitely try. I would say listen to Painted, the deluxe edition first.
Oh, okay.
And then if that works for you, kind of go through his archive, like hit Candy Drip Deluxe next and then Algorithm. Because there's definitely an evolution of the artist as he goes on. Candy Drip actually famously, there was a big hit from that. I forget what it was called. It was called Over. The song Over samples Music Soul Child, who's one of his influences, and I love Music Soul Child. Ooh. Like I grew up listening to Music Soul Child. Like, and Music Soul Child changed his name to Music. It's spelled with a Q the whole time. But Music Soul Child changed his name to Music later, and he's been popping up on different R&B things over the past, 10 years, which has been amazing. He also released the album Life on Earth, I believe, which was really good in 2017. Yeah, dude, R&B is like my... I bury the lead with that because I'm like, oh, I love metal, I love jazz, I love really crazy riffs and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go see Idola tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually okay. Here's where we can end the podcast.
I'm down.
I'm used to being one of the most interesting people at a table, in any given table that I'm at, right? And this isn't a flex. I'm just I do things. Like I just like doing
You've
things,
lived.
and I feel like there's not a lot of people who just go out and do things. Like I feel like a lot of people are like they get through their 9 to 5, they get to the end of the week, and then they find whatever hobby it is that they're doing, and they do that for the weekend. Me, I'm like, oh, what can I do? Like what's another interesting thing I can do? And I have assembled a dinner table with Bryce Snyder, who is one of the most interesting people I know.
I know Bryce,
right? Like,
kinda.
yeah, Bryce. Yeah, Bryce is amazing and interesting and has like so many
Marine
adventures
Corps.
in life. And then Bryce and I, very American. And then Bryce and I have like our own little adventures, and like I go on mission trips. Bryce is bringing along Travis, who is very interesting in his own right. He goes on the mission trips with us as well. He's from Maine, super cool dude. That's the wedding that I went to.
Oh, cool.
And then my friend Alyssa, who I worked with at Saratoga Olive Oil Company, she was doing marketing. I was on like the corporate gifting side and like production management. She's super interesting. She runs her own companies. Her husband is in the military. Like she makes soap, and she's one of those people that like if she wants to do something, she just does it.
Love
right?
that.
Like right now,
Love that.
Yeah, right now, like one of her jobs, she like I think she manages like the evenings for a poker club. Like just fucking cool.
Okay.
Right. And then of course the other person at this table is Andrew Michael Wells from Idola, and we're grabbing dinner before the fucking concert, and I don't need to even say anything
That's
about
awesome.
him. He's the lead singer of Dance Gavin Dance now. Like his story is amazing, and like I'm just so excited for this group of people to sit down at a table. Oh, and then last but not least is my boss Joe, my new boss. He's coming to the table now. Joe is so interesting that on Father's Day he got to fly World War II planes.
That's
not like
crazy.
Not ride in. He flew the World War II planes because he is getting his pilot's license, which is super impressive.
All I
and
can
like,
say is,
and I'm sitting in his office the other day, and we're in a meeting, and he points at he's like, those are real muskets that were fired during the Revolutionary War. I'm like, what the is
What?
like? Yeah, and he's like, and those are real arrowheads from some of the Native American tribes from around this area. They actually would buy, and he's like, those ones are copper, and the reason that they're copper is the Native Americans would buy copper teapots and stuff from the settlers, and then they were like, oh, these we can bend back, because like rock tipped arrows would break all the time, right? So then they bought the copper, and then they would break these teapots and make copper arrowheads so they could bend them back into shape after firing them. He's just got all this crazy knowledge in his head, and once again, like just super interesting person. So I cannot wait to sit down tomorrow at dinner with all these people before an amazing concert for Royal Coda and Idola, and
that sounds fun.
Dude, I'm pumped.
Jealous.
If only you were there, Odie.
I was gonna say I can contribute to interesting things. I've been to every state except for 2, and I do YouTube, and I just stuff.
You know what? That's where we're ending the podcast. I'm gonna express a little gratitude for all the interesting people in my life, including Chef Odie Matthews.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. A little wholesome ending. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play a wholesome sound effect there, like a sitcom, like
Oh, you should put
no.
Or
I'm beeping these out. Did you listen to the intro on the last one? You're getting beeped out when you do this shit. Forever.
Forever. Oh, God.
That's it.
Goodbye, everyone.